Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yad, La, Yahweh, Bahashem,
Yahweh.
Yahweh Shah,
Hashem.
Bahashem,
Yahushua.
Rakadash,
Bashem. Rakakadash.
the honors, the apostles, and the elders of Great Millstone, who rule well, and peace and blessing salutations to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel, which is Yashar Allah in the ancient Hebrew, also known as Allah Shawan Quadash. All right, this lesson, we're going to hit the point. All right, basically, I'm going to have to title it because right now it's not titled, it's just a date, but probably going to title it, but to them it is not given. All right, this truth, that we're in, most of the world is not meant to receive it. All right, where the only people that are going to receive it, um, well, not there's actually more than the elect that are going to get the truth, because many are called but few are chosen. Tells us that in Matthew 22, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the only people that are actually going to get it and stay with it, all the way through in truth and sincerity is the elect. All right, because also Yahushua was talking about in the parable which we were just reading that many people are going to get caught up in the net, the fisher's net, but then they're going to take the bad and cast them away. You know, they're going to keep the good. All right,
That's right.
and this truth is only meant for the elect of the nation of Israel. So most of the world ain't going to get it, and if most of the world doesn't get it, you're bound to have people that are going to talk shit. All right, scoffers, man. That's expected. That should be expected because they don't get it. They're not meant to. So if they can't get it, people in this society, if they don't understand something, they want to just scoff against it. All right. And it's not just anything because they tell us that we have to respect people's beliefs. That's what they tell us. But then when we come out and we preach, this is what we believe, all of a sudden it's a problem. We can't teach that, this and that. See, but they don't hold
Right.
that standard against anybody else, just us. All right, so you should expect them to talk shit against us because they hate us. All right, they hate this truth coming out. We can start with Matthew 13, verse 9, down to uh, verse 17. Matthew
Okay,
chapter
come.
13, verse 9 down to 17.
All right. This is Matthew chapter 13, verse 9. Who hath ears to hear, let him hear.
Right, so right off the bat, he who has ears to hear, let him hear. All right, so Yahweh says that several times. All right, and it's talking
Con.
about spiritual ears. If you're meant to get it, if you're able to receive this word, then do it. Then receive it.
Con. Verse 10. And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables?
Right. So the disciples want to know, why are you talking to them in parables? Like basically saying, like, why are you telling them, like, why are you talking to them like that? They're not understanding it. Like they're not going to get it. And this is his response.
Verse 11. He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given.
There you go. Because it's given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom, but to them it's not given. All right. To them it is not given. But afterwards, when he says parables, what does he do? He breaks them down to his disciples, not to the multitude. All right. Because he understood
Right.
that he was sent for what? The lost sheep of the house of Israel, which is the elect that he's going to bring back to the fold as the shepherd. See?
Verse 12. For whosoever hath to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever have not from him shall be taken away, even that he hath. Verse 13. For therefore speak I to them in parables, because they seeing see not, and hearing they hear not, neither do they understand. And in them is fulfilled the prophecies of Isaiah, which saith, By hearing ye shall hear, and shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see, and shall not perceive. For his people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and shall understand with their heart, and shall be converted, and I shall heal them. Verse 16. But blessed are ye or your eyes for they see, and your ears for they hear. Verse 17, verily I say unto you, that many prophets and righteousness men have, or me not righteousness. So like here, verse 17, for verily I say unto you, that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them.
Right. That's because understanding is being increased. All right. Just like decades ago compared to now, we've gained more understanding. We've gained new secrets. All right. Which is why the apostles say they got the 100% truth now. All right. Because there was false before that had been uncovered, and we found out new secrets. You know, like the prophets back then, a good example of that is the prophets back then, they didn't know what America was because there was no, America didn't exist. They didn't know what nuclear missiles was. All right. A
Right.
lot of them saw America getting destroyed by missiles, but they couldn't tell you, yeah, these are nuclear missiles. This is Satan 2 or whatever. They couldn't tell you that because they've never heard of that. All right, but now they're back and they understand what these things are, so they have more understanding than they did back then. You see, because they can piece the puzzle, the puzzle together. All right, so what he
Mm-hmm.
was referring to, because it even proves even more, because you read the New Testament, they're teaching from the Old Testament. All right. Now this is Isaiah chapter 6, verse 9 down to 12. And it says, and he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not. Make the heart of this people fat, and make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and convert, and be healed. Then said I, Lord, how long? And he answered, until the cities be wasted without inhabitant, and the houses without man, and the land be utterly desolate. And Yahweh have removed men far away, and there be a great forsaking in the midst of the land. All right, so these people, most of our people, are not going to get this word until the next side, all right, until our kingdom. All right, on this side, they're
Con.
not going to get it. They're wicked. All right, they have to be put down. They're going to be destroyed. All right, we can actually get Romans 11, 7 to 9, I believe it is, if I'm
All
not
right.
mistaken.
11 to 7.
No, Romans 11, 7 to 9.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what it is. Con,
7 to
Romans
9.
11, 7 to 9. Well, actually, you can really go to 10, 7 to 10.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. This is Romans chapter 7, verse 7.
No, Romans 11, 7 to 10.
Oh, my fault.
It's all right. It's all right.
All right. I got it. This is Romans chapter 11, verse 7. What then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded.
All right. So everybody else is blind to reality.
Con.
Everybody else is relatively oblivious. All right. They don't know what's going on. Only the elect do, because that's who it was given to. All right. The election hath obtained the truth of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai.
Con. That's right. Verse 8. According as it is written, God hath given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that should not see, and ears that should not hear, unto this day. Verse 9. And David said, let their table be made a snare and a trap and a stumbling block, and a recompense unto them. Verse 10. Let their eyes be darkened, that they may not see, and bow down their backs away.
Uh,
Verse
this
11.
no, that was it. That was it.
Oh, okay. Con.
This is Matthew chapter 10, verse 14 and 15. It says, and whosoever will not, or Salakia, and whosoever shall not receive you, nor hear your words when you depart out of that house or city, shake off the dust of your feet. All right, so don't worry about it. Like the saying is, wipe the dirt off your shoulder, something
Mm-hmm.
like that. Just forget about it. Get over it. They're not meant to get it, right? That's all it means. If they buck up against it, they're not meant to receive it. That's it. All right, you did your part. You blew the trumpet. They didn't take heed. That's their downfall. All right, because we're working on our own salvation. We're trying to wake up the elect. That's our goal. We're trying to wake up the elect. Okay, that's the reason why we're out in the highways and byways. That's the reason why we're pushing out YouTube videos, is to wake up the elect of the nation of Israel.
That's right.
Uh, Verse 15, it says, "Verily I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable for the land of Sodom and Gomorrah in the day of judgment than for that city." All right, so the whole land plot of America, the United States, is going to be laid desolate with nuclear missiles in the near future. All right, and you don't need to believe that, because it's still going to happen. Okay,
That's right.
you can pretend that everything in front of you just vanish, just like it all just vanishes. It's still there. All right, you can't change reality. Yahweh already made it prophecy that America would be destroyed. It's already set up through the Spirit. It's going to happen. It's just got to manifest, and it's beginning to manifest. You can see. All right, you can see.
That's right.
All right. So don't get all emotional. And I mean, yeah, it really is painful to see our people buck up against us and not believe what we're saying. But don't beat yourself up about it. Don't kill yourself over it. And I mean that metaphorically, but obviously don't literally do that either. But you just got to keep moving, because I mean, there's a balance to this thing. You'll come across a lot of people that are going to scoff, and that may put you in a bad mood and piss you off, and all this. But eventually, you're going to find somebody that's going to be like, "Yeah, I believe, I understand what you're saying. I want to learn more," and that's going to uplift you, man. That's exciting. That's your pot of seed. And Yahweh was talking about how the angels rejoice when a sinner repents. All right, when a sinner repents.
So every time somebody come to the truth, the angels rejoice.
Right, right. That means we're closer and closer to the kingdom, man. I'll
That's
get
right.
this, and then we can. Well, actually, do you want to get it, or do you want me to get it?
I get it.
Okay, this is second, or I mean, can you get so like, can you get second Esdras 15, verse 1 down to 8?
All right. This is Second Ezra chapter 15 down to verse 8.
Right.
All right. This is Second Ezra chapter 15 verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. Verse 2, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Verse 3, fear not the imaginations against thee, let not incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee.
Right. Now hold on. Let's look up that word incredulity. I want to get the exact definition of it. I'm fairly certain it means people that aren't able to understand or not willing to.
Like you were saying this while ago.
It says incredulity, the state of being unwilling or unable to believe something. All right. And why are they unable to believe it, or receive it rather? Because they're not meant to. All right. They're blinded. How can you wake up somebody that Yahweh has blinded? You can't. All right. Otherwise, like it says in Acts 5, you're fighting against Yahweh, man. You're not going to win that battle. All right.
Right.
So don't trip if somebody doesn't get it. That just means that's not one of the lost sheep that we're trying to bring back to the fold. That's somebody that's ripe for destruction, that isn't going to repent. They don't want to repent.
Right. They're stuck in their ways.
Right.
Verse 4, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and hurtful works are fulfilled. And their hurtful works are fulfilled. This, therefore, saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more, as touching their wickedness with their profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things, in which they the wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually.
All right. So judgment is going to be brought. We're blowing the trumpet. You don't want to listen. That's on you, man. You can read Ezekiel 33, on your own. It's a very heavy chapter. All right, dealing with blowing the trumpet. Really like the beginning verses dealing with somebody blowing a trumpet and the people not hearkening. All right, we're doing our
Mm-hmm.
part, man. Now it's your turn to do yours. It's like a meet me halfway type of scenario. And we can't hold your hand. We're gonna meet you halfway, blow the trumpet. You either hearken or you don't. Just that same thing happened to us. All right, we came across it on YouTube or Instagram or in person or whatever, and we decided
Mm-hmm.
we repented. And may Yahweh Yahushai have mercy upon us, man. Because that's all we can pray for is mercy. Because our righteousness is likened on the filthy rags, like it says in Isaiah, towards the latter end of the book. I think it's like the 50th something
Con.
chapter or 60th something. But do you have anything you want to add on, say, bring out at all?
No, I don't.
Okay, that's all right. Well, to the spirit, then that is the conclusion of this. You need to repent if you're meant to, all right? But don't trip if people don't understand, if people don't believe. Don't, worry if people buck up against you, all right? Because most of the world is going to. The world hated Yahushua, so the world is going to hate us. That's what he was warning us about through a lot of the Gospels, man. How we're going to be persecuted and hated for his sake, for his name's sake, and even falsely accused and lied about, even possibly put to death, man. All right, so we just need
Con.
to keep doing our job, doing our part, what we were set up and really created overall to do. We just need to execute it. You see? So with that said, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor Thamyad, La, Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bahashem,
Ba'Shem,
Yahweh Shai, Bahashem,
Yahushai, Hashem,
Rachakwadash.
Rakadash.
The honors, the apostles and the elders, the great millstone, Roel, and peace and blessing salutations to the hopefully elect under the nation of Israel, which is Yashar Allah in ancient Hebrew, also known as Lashwan Kodash, and Shalom, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Waharakak Kodash, Barakathum, to the sincere Akim, Wa Akwat out there pushing sincerely with faith, right, and in truth. With that said, Shalom, Wa Mawat Lababal.
Shalom.